Hello guys, Furball the Hammy, your friendly neighborhood hamster, is back again. And last video, when I left the video off on getting my results, I decided that I shan't leave you guys hanging and I shan't hang myself either, of course. Honestly, this is the last time where I would be collecting the results for a major exam, because in university, the stakes aren't that high since it's a GPA system, which means that instead of one huge exam which determines your grade entirely, you will have several exams and projects over 3 or 4 years which forms your GPA, unlike the A-levels, O-levels and PSLE where only the final exam counts and nothing else does. So it's better in the sense in university that you will have a less than normal urge to stab yourself when you collect your results. Anyways, other than that, let me walk you through the entire ordeal I experienced on the 19th of February 2021. On the day before the collection, I slept a whole 3 hours, and for some reason I never felt tired or hungry throughout the entire day. And for the next 5 hours I was just playing Wynncraft as usual and mentally preparing myself for the release of the results because I had nothing else to do. And I want to say that these 5 hours were the most uncomfortable hours in my life. It didn't feel stressful, it didn't feel scary, it didn't feel paranoid, it didn't feel like anything, to be honest. But I couldn't focus on anything I did at all. Like, honestly, my mind wasn't thinking of the possible results, and I was trying my best not to think of collecting the results, but that didn't go very well since I couldn't do anything else in those 5 hours. I changed into my school uniform one final time. The bus ride to my school felt oddly sentimental because knowing that I will never be officially stepping back into this school ever again just made the trip colorful. Like, the skies were bluer, the trees were greener, and the sun felt brighter than usual. I don't know why, but it gave me a sense of finality, that everything is going to end by today, but also a sense of sentimentality and loss, that the good old school moments with all my close friends have now come to a close. The past 2 years of the rigorous A-levels, the painful nights struggling with complex numbers, 3-dimensional vectors and statistics, the 2-hour breaks in between lessons where I will be editing and scripting my videos, and the lessons with the amazing teachers and memorable teachers, that all of these will come to a close, a memory and a fading thought. When I reached the school, I didn't speak to anyone, to be honest, not even my closest friends. My mind just wasn't in the state to talk to anyone. I was so overwhelmed with sentimentality, finality, but also with paranoia. Instead, I spent the last hour walking around the school, going past the basketball court where we would do our physical exercises, while I always screamed bloody murder during the exercise as usual, as though I got a weather chest plate because I'm not physically very good at exercise. Going past the benches where me and my friends would always be studying, talking and eating. Looking down the long corridor of the classroom, in the beautiful scenery we always had, looking at the now empty classroom, as though I just arrived early for another day of school. And for the final time, we as the class of 1982 in Eunoia Junior College gathered at the classroom as the principal gave the speech. I ignored everyone calling my name and looked away. To be honest, I know that many people were worried about me because usually I do talk to quite a lot of people and I'm not the quiet type of person, especially when I'm with my friends. And yes, I know, I'm sorry if you called out to me 2 days ago and I didn't respond at all. My mind just wasn't ready to talk to anyone. I just wanted to get the results and get out. I just wanted this to end. Time seemed to have come to a standstill as the teacher called out the class names in the regular order after the principal's speech ended. With each name called out and as each student went up to take their results, time seemed to freeze when the teacher told them their rank points, or their performance basically, and I could see their reactions change frame by frame. As some tried to hide their disappointment, some who had a smile on their faces, some who were disappointed, and some who heaved a sigh of relief. When my name was called, I clutched my bag and walked up, with my form teacher passing me a leather book with my fate sealed in it. But instead, I said, "Can I not know my results?" The teachers respected my decision as I clutched the leather book and walked out of the room. I was now completely alone. I opened the book and braced myself for the impact. 3, 2, 1. And I opened the book. A string of B's unfolded in front of my eyes and my heart dropped. I thought I did poorly, to be honest. However, as my denial set in and I fumbled with taking out my phone, attempting to calculate my actual performance, I realized at the end that I actually did pretty well, even though there were no A's. Because fun fact, B's is the second best grade behind A, and that means that the credits that a B gives you is still a very significant amount, which actually makes getting a bunch of B's not as bad as you think it is. It's just that it doesn't look that good. I realized that with my grades, in fact, I was qualified and able to enroll in all 3 of the big and world-recognized universities in Singapore, namely NTU, NUS, and SMU, and I was eligible to apply for an economics degree in all 3 of these universities with my grades. And yes, while I did not get the best grades or stellar grades or scholarship grades with straight A's or whatever, I definitely did well enough, and even slightly better than what I expected and what I wanted. And I am happy. I was so happy that this was all over, that this is the end, that I have conquered and survived in this pressure cooking environment called the Singapore education system, and I am finally able to breathe. Ironically, I was so happy that I didn't know how to react as I quickly walked out of my school and rushed to take the bus home. I didn't speak a single word that day to anyone, and I had an aura of solemnity around me, but I was really happy. But that was all that mattered to me. I didn't want to talk to anyone. I just wanted to have my alone time and my sentimental time. It's finally done, I muttered to myself under my breath alone on the second floor of the bus. As I took out the leather book and opened the book once more, reading my testimonial and taking one final look at my grades. And all I could do was to smile to myself, seeing my personal growth in the past 1 year and 10 months, not just in grades, but also in non-academical areas. Starting off with no friends, no public speaking ability, and no voice. And now I have a clique of 8 friends and several more, having joined a debate club and leaving my comfort zone and actually to be able to speak in public, as well as participating in 3 debate tournaments. And of course, at the end of it all, at the end of all these struggles, my proudest achievement in this 1 year is that I found my voice. Furball the hammy. It was an upward struggle, balancing everything, but now I can finally say that I did it. We did it. As friends, as a class, and together as one. Thank you for this wonderful journey you have provided me with. Special thanks to all of my teachers, Miss Ang, my form teacher, Mr. Twang, my project work tutor, Mr. Cheng, my H2 mathematics tutor, Miss Chan, my English literature tutor, Miss Lin Na, my H2 economics tutor, Mr. Mahmood, my H2 history tutor, and Mr. Wong, my general paper tutor. And of course, you as a subscriber and as a viewer are also part of my academic journey, as Furball the hammy wouldn't be here without you. Words cannot explain my gratitude and appreciation for everyone. And with that, the curtains have come to a close on childhood, and with adulthood on the horizon, with a new set of challenges and pain to be served on a silver platter. Thank you all for this journey, and this is Furball the hammy, your hamster running off into the sunset. It has been a great pleasure to serve you guys and the Hypixel Skyblock community. See you guys around.